All right, good morning and welcome. It is time for some unveiling meditation. Let me kick off our recording. And we are set, taking a nice, deep breath in, really drawing it up as though you're imagining, especially if you're laying down, but otherwise, if you can, reach forward, lifting all of that energy up and out of the earth as you breathe in and pushing it up and out the top of your energy field, and taking another round, lifting all of that energy up and out of the earth as though you're picking up a big pile of blankets and then tossing them out into the world, into the ethers. And again, one more, pulling up the energy around you and tossing it out. Whew, nice deep breath in as we settle into the meditation, into the room, into the moment. We are here. We are making this all come together as we focus in on ourselves, on collaborating with spirit, on opening the fire within. So with that being said, as you continue to breathe, beginning with our light link, bringing middle finger to thumb, and as you do, extending that consciousness up towards the sun. We're going to be working with a ton of fire today. So might as well kick it off right and just feeling that fiery ball of light, of energy beaming down upon us. And as that fiery ball of energy shines down upon us, feeling the ways in which it just imagining it burning off the heaviness, the dross, right? It's like little pieces of dust, if they get too close to a fire, can spark. So just feeling that sparking as we imagine all of the dust bunnies, the heavier energy from just really like emerging out of the dirt, emerging out of the center, out of where we've been. In the Chinese belief structure, we just came through on July 26th, the Galactic New Year. And then, of course, on August 8th, the centering at the Lion's Gate. So we're really in what is in many ways considered a cosmic New Year. I'm sorry, I said the Chinese, it's the Mayans, is the Galactic New Year on July 26th. So just that timing of that astrology, linking ourselves to the fiery aspects of the sun, of the heat, of the fire of the universe that burns so brightly as we come into focus and center on ourselves, allowing that light to shine all the way down and through as though it's burning through all of the debris until suddenly it's made its way in. And there is nothing but you and the sun shining down upon you. And the peace that comes with that as you take another breath in and exhale and sending your focus down into the earth. And this time, you guessed it, we are going to the fiery molten core, feeling those inner layers of the earth just before the earth becomes solid again at that iron core at the center. Down, 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 watching your light melt into the crust, into the topsoils, and from the above into the telluric realm, the second dimension, all the way down and in until we reach that molten core. And just feeling this heat, this fire, this energy, truly like molten waves, like the ocean, all around. And just allowing yourself to observe as you feel into this field. And then going all the way into the center of the earth, imagining that iron crystal quartz core pulsing in its cave-like space. Imagining the golden light beginning to drip through like water seeping into a cave, dripping into the center. As we come to focus and being and oneness, In this moment, all of the blood in your body activating the iron in it, like the iron that you used to be able to draw with as a kid with the magnet. We are using the center of the earth to be our magnet, to pull us into specific frequency with the dark mother and the light mother, the Gaia and the beyond. Their heartbeat, her heartbeat beating to the rhythm and the pulse, like a magnetic pulse. For we as humans, we are electromagnetic beings. And so as we experience this magnetization, feeling it in the core of our body, activating all of the iron and bringing us into specific alignment and focus as well. Feeling the magnetism within your body becoming stronger and stronger. And just beyond, at the outside edge, again, is that molten core, the fire that lives within our hearts. We're at the center of our being. The center of this magnetic pole is our heart-centered oneness, full of light and full of love. And so as you breathe here, just allowing yourself to ride the waves in the center of the earth up to your heart as we begin our journey, launching off into the beyond, calling upon the energies of Sekhmet, her fiery passion and desire, the lioness. As you breathe in and out, feeling all of the light within you, all of the love activating as we open our hearts to be transmuted and to jump into that other dimension, out of space and time, into the heart of desire. And so before you, noticing a beautiful pool of energy, like a lake sitting in stillness. And across this lake emerges stones, almost as though they're coming up and out of the surface to create a path for you to skip from one stone to the next, to the next. So go ahead and find that first stone, standing upon it. And just take a moment to look out across the lake, this pond and its darkness, its murkiness beneath the surface. And as you call upon Spirit and Sekhmet to guide you, notice how there is an illuminated fire, like torches, emerging from beneath the surface, burning under the water until they finally emerge next to the stones, lighting the path, not just to the other shore, but into infinity. Imagining each stone with water in between for you to jump across, and seeing how far stretching and reaching this path goes. Let's go ahead and start our journey down these skipping stones, leaping first to the next and to the next. And it's as though the fire next to the stones turns on, completely illuminates, until you reach a point somewhere in the midst of this lake where the fire is no longer lit. It's as though no matter how hard you try, there are a few stones here that don't want to illuminate. So as you breathe in and out, feeling yourself connecting to the depths of this lake. Go ahead and see and feel into your own heart. And notice if you can't illuminate this fire from within you. No longer looking to the beyond or to the Divine Mother to light the path, but illuminating from within so that you become the torch on this stone path. And if we were to gaze down upon you now from the above, we would see a beautiful, quiet, cool lake with stones strewn across it like a bridge, and a beautiful ball of energy and light making its way, hopping from one stone to the next, to the next, to the next. And as we begin to make our way all the way across, you begin to notice that this path is not just out and around the lake, but has a swirling effect, as though these stones, while they seemingly were going straight, take on the nature of swirling in towards the center. The more your heart and your desire becomes apparent, the more you light, the more you can see the full destination of where these stones are leading you. And so too is it in our daily lives, that the more we come into our heart-centeredness, the easier it is to see and to feel where we are being led. And as you begin to walk around this path, it's not making its way or hop from stone to stone. It begins to curve around the left. And the more you focus in on that fire in your heart, you begin to see the full path illuminated, a sacred spiral, spinning inwards to the center of the lake. And as you continue to hop from one stone to the next, down and through the spiral, you begin to notice that the more light you become, the more that inner fire and desire burns, the deeper it is into the spiral you go, and the less of a hopping that you do, and more of a leaping and a running. Each concentric circle taking you in closer and closer. And if you felt the spiral spinning to your right, clockwise, go ahead and observe it now, as though it's flipped itself over, spinning counterclockwise. So if we were to be looking at one side of a sheet of paper, it'd be to the right. And if we were to look at the left side, it would be spinning the opposite direction. It's almost as though we've had to choose from, to the right in the light, or the left, still in that intuitive dark space where the path is illuminated by our heart. As you continue to spin down and into the center, noticing how this spinning, as you move, jumping, leaping, flying, in and in and in, takes you into its fiery depths, as though the lake itself has disappeared in a beautiful staircase, has emerged, spiraling down into the crevasses, as though a portal into the heart of this lake has opened. And as you make your way down and in, you find that flame at the bottom of the staircase opening at the bottom of the staircase into a vast, beautiful room. And as you open your heart, taking a few moments, making your way down and in, So there are 3 steps, then 2 steps, and then 1 step, and landing before this flame. And noticing as the dimension shifts, it becomes a big open cavern, fully illuminated with nothing but gold and light and brilliance shining all around you. And at the center is that flame, burning in its white hot nature, so brilliant, so bright, illuminating this entire room. As you have arrived in the center of the temple of your heart, of desire, of the Sekhmet. You can feel the lushness and the richness, fully that you've stepped into a lair where no expense has been spared. Everything is just pure gold. And knowing that this temple lives within your heart, this is the heart of gold that we hear about, that we witness, that we see. And you, as you step towards that fire, are greeted, are welcomed into this lair. You are here to be honored, to be received. And for some of you, this may be crowning yourself, receiving, sensing, feeling that crown resting upon your head as you take your seat on the throne. For others, it may be feeling the staff in your hand and like an empress taking control of this domain, locking in to your sovereignty, to your light, to your love, as you are greeted within this temple of the Sekhmet, and allowing yourself to feel all of the ways in which this is familiar to you. And as you sit on this throne, it's as though now when you gaze at the walls, they're no longer adorned in beautiful tapestries telling a story, the many stories of all of the times you have come here as the Sekhmet, but becoming luminescent in their nature, as though you're gazing out through the glass into the beyond, into the cosmos. And as the story begins to unfold, beautiful rivers of cosmic light swirling around you just outside this temple, sharing with you the story of that flame, the temple of the Sekhmet. As you breathe in and out, you feel this flame rising up, becoming stronger. And you begin to notice all of the ways the story unfolding, seemingly like a screen before your eyes, projecting on the walls as you spin around. It's as though the tapestries have become luminescent and alive. You begin to notice all of the ways that fire has guided humanity, first being that spark of light that would allow them to cook, to make food, to have warmth. You notice how it's wrought devastation, seemingly devastation, upon the planet, burning its way, singeing the surface. And how, through the Pele, it has risen up from the depths of the volcano, that portal, that entry point into the mother's heart of desire. And all of these stories lead you back to the one where the first spark of light out there along that cosmic river blossomed in the darkness, much like the flames emerging in the darkness and the stillness of the pool, the lake, earlier in our meditation. As you gaze out across the cosmos now, seeing that first spark that we know of in the story of creation, let there be light. Let there be light. And from the darkness emerged that light, the light that we know now today of love, of compassion and desire to be seen, to be experienced. And instantly, not only one spark of light, but the entire cosmos, with its universes and galaxies within it, blossomed in the darkness. And so too, as we witness this flame and you as this flame within this temple of the Sekhmet, do we connect to the pure desire of creation. Fire is not our enemy. The anger that percolates up and is judged and expressed oftentimes through darkness, there for a reason, to invoke, to inspire, to be channeled, to be tamed from that wildfire into a field that releases the seeds within the trees that have burned, allowing for the regeneration and the next evolution of who you are and who you are meant to be, to come into being. And so as you experience this burning, my invitation to you is to step into the flame within the temple in the center of your heart. Not just to burn, but to be the fire. Feeling your heart opening and that fire expanding so much that it transmutes you from this dimension that we are imagining into your heart. And that fire within your heart becomes so big and so all-consuming that you feel yourself dissipating into the ethers like ash, burning on this energetic level, only to feel your wings emerging and you as the phoenix rising, taking flight, your wings stretching and expanding, the fire from your breath. For the work we are here to do in the world is meant to burn, but not in the context of destruction, but meant to burn in the context of light and inspiration. For as you fly out of this temple as this phoenix, you will be the light for so many who are caught in that still pool of the darkness, whose prayers are just barely making it to the surface. You, the torch, who is calling them to gather round. Let them feel your light. Let them be inspired by it. Let it spark that burning desire in them. And even if it's in the context at first of anger and despair and frustration, that's just the dross burning off. Your ability to burn is that pure flame, inspiring them to move through it into the lightness that comes when we use our fire and we channel our fire in the way it's meant to be. As you breathe in and out, feeling these flames rising all around you. Feeling these flames of all those through your gentle touch and friendship and compassion are inspired. As you slowly come back into your body, you, as the queen, as the empress, as the Sekhmet, rebirthing, rising up again and again and again, is why the sun greets us every day, to remind us that it is our heart-centered love and compassion that we came here to experience, that you came into this body to experience. Letting that fire be what guides you in each and every day. Taking this time to slowly breathe as you feel this fire burning, not only in your heart, but in your chest, in your lungs, in your shoulders, in your hands, in your feet, in your hips. Coming back to your body, knowing that today, as you go about your day, you will burn in this beautiful light, making it an incredible, beautiful day. Namaste. So much love.